What's up, you guys? Back here with another video, and the other day, I did my PS4 collection. One of my big focuses has been to bring some of my newer stuff that I have in the collection. I'm going to do an amiibo video, which is going to be really short. I don't have many of those, but today I wanted to do my Wii U stuff. I do have a few more Wii U games. To be quite honest, I love my Wii U. I got it, about 7 months before my PS4. I guess I've had it since somewhere around December of 2014, maybe January 2015, so a little over a year now. And I don't have a ton of games for it. Again, monetarily, that's just silly, but I actually just bought one today. And I've got a stack, 11 or 12 games here. So we'll try and go through those, and I'll hit some of the highlights. Now, I mentioned this one the other day in my PS4 video, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. I never got very far in this, but I will say this. Obviously, it doesn't look like it's on the PS4, but it does look good on the Wii U. I think that's a common misconception. The most games on the Wii U look really good on most TVs, I guess. I haven't had any real complaints graphically, but this game, we talked about it the other day. It's not really something I'm super excited to get into. Now, I think I have about a dozen different copies of Arkham City. The Armored Edition, you can see one of the big differences here is Batman's got this electroshock armor. That's just a little bonus they threw in here. Also, this one comes with I guess there's a little bit different way that you interact with the game because of the gamepad. And you get all of the DLC, the Harley Quinn stuff, the Catwoman, Nightwing, Robin, challenge maps, all that stuff that you got in the Game of the Year edition. You get here in the Arkham City Armored Edition. So worth having, and just another take on a really great game. Call of Duty Ghosts. No, I didn't pay that for it, but I played it a little bit on here. One of the big problems I had, and I have this a lot with the gamepad, but with Call of Duty Ghosts specifically, I kept playing looking down at the gamepad, and I really needed to focus on the screen, but when you have the gamepad in your lap, it's just so easy. Now, this game looks brilliant. I'm sure it looked better on the PS4 and the Xbox One, maybe even the 360 and the PS3, but I've got it on the Wii U, and I thought it looked great. I thought it played pretty well. I'm not super high on Call of Duty, but I thought it played pretty well, so it was fun. I don't have any of the newer Call of Duties, so there's that. Now, I've never even opened this one. I'm sure some people are going to say you should, it's great, whatever, maybe it sucks, I don't know, but Deus Ex Human Revolution, the director's cut, I don't even know what the advantages of this version are, other than, as you can see here, obviously you have a map on the gamepad. Enhanced gameplay, it says, and some director's cut features. One of these days I'll get this out and play it. My girlfriend gives me a hard time. She says, you've got all this stuff, because I give her a hard time about clothes that I find that still have the tag on and she's never worn. And she said, well, you've got all these games that you've never played. That's actually one of the few. Deus Ex is one of the few that I have that I've never played at all. Almost all of these I've at least put in the system and given it a shot, tried it on. We've got FIFA Soccer 13. I'm not a huge soccer guy. Someone gave this to us, and it's not a bad game. I just don't really understand soccer that well. I'm sorry, world. The rest of the world, I'm an American. Oopsie. One thing I will say is a lot of these games would be much easier if you have a Wii U, if you pick up a Pro controller. The gamepad is basically a Pro controller with an extra screen built in on most games, and I can tell you from experience, for example, this next game, Injustice Gods Among Us, I don't know if I have 2 or 3 copies of this. I guess 2, because we did my PS4 stuff and I don't have that. So 2 copies. I have this on the PS3 as well. And it's much easier with just a standard controller. But this was the first experience I had with this game, and this is a really good game. It was one of the first like next-gen super awesome games. I guess it was the last of the previous generation on 360 and PS3, and then it got remastered versions on the PS4 and Xbox One. But really good game. It's a fighting game, so if you're not into fighting games, probably not for you, but it does have a cool story mode, and it kind of plays out almost like this. Ultimately, it's kind of like this battle royale between the DC characters, and you can see some of the ones that you get to use here. I think the use of the world around you and some of the ultimate attacks, like with Batman, you can bring in the Batmobile to hit people with. I thought that was pretty great. Mass Effect 3, the Special Edition, or Edition Speciale, depending on what language you read and speak. I've played this on the 360 already, so I haven't really played it on the Wii U. I know there are some bonuses. I think your map stays up on the gamepad. Other than that, I'm not sure. I think this is one that has the DLC built into it, but this was actually a cool game for the Wii U to get because Mass Effect is such a big franchise. And I take that back. I said I played it on the 360. I guess I played it on the PS3. Now, here's a game that I absolutely did not enjoy. In fact, I've only played it about 15 minutes in total. Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge. I didn't think it was good. You know, thinking back on it, it looks pretty good, to be quite honest, but it's almost like a God of War knockoff at this point. If that makes any sense at all, I just didn't get very far into it. I didn't really enjoy it. It wasn't my type of game. It was actually, I guess you would say, it was closer to a Devil May Cry knockoff than anything. I don't know, just the style. It's in that beat 'em up type style. I don't know. Very difficult for me to explain. Also, I almost forgot my one loose game here. When I bought my Wii U, I know people talk about this all the time. Oh, look what I found in the console that I just bought. Well, that actually happened to me. Kart 8 stuck in it that I didn't find until I got home because I bought a used copy. Sue me. This is arguably the best game on the entire console. I say arguably because I'm sure people could make arguments for some of the other stuff. 3D World, which you're not going to see here, Super Smash Brothers, some of those. But for my money, I've spent more time with Mario Kart 8. It looks great. You know, the dynamic of going up on walls and upside down and that kind of thing it's a novelty, but it looks great. I paid, I guess it was the $12 or whatever it was to get the 2 DLC packs, and I love riding around on the cycle from Legend of Zelda, whatever they call that cycle, but I love some of that stuff. All the stuff that you can unlock, I still haven't unlocked all the stuff, and there's a Mercedes-Benz pack that they give you, so there's a lot to this game. Tons of tracks, tons of modes, the 300cc or whatever, super fast, all kinds of fun. Mario Kart 8, easily my favorite game thus far on the Wii U. But I've got a ton of games still left to get. Pikmin 3, I just picked this up today. It's part of this new Nintendo Selects or Greatest Hits, if you want to look at it that way. It was a toss-up for me between this one and Super Mario 3D World. And I got Pikmin 3 just because you never know how these games are going to go as far as availability. I know right now you can get the pre-owned version of Super Mario 3D World for like $17 at GameStop and the Nintendo Select version for $20. So I've got extra options. There are just no copies of Pikmin 3 even available. So that's why I went this route. I booted it up and played it a few minutes ago. Aside from the fact that it had to do an install to update on a game that, technically speaking, this print of this game was released 5 days ago. So why did it need to update? I'm not real sure. But anyway, it looks gorgeous, plays fun. I've lost my stylus, so that kind of took away some of the luster for me because I have to do everything with my finger, which is kind of weird. Here's another one of the fun games. That's the thing about the Wii U. All the games are fun. And some people would say, oh, that means you're not a serious gamer. No, I'm a serious gamer. I play lots of games, but Rayman Legends is a ton of fun. It's a party game with friends. You can see some of the characters here. You need friends, and you need extra controllers to play this. I think it's up to 4, and the person with the gamepad can do some extra things for you. But oh my gosh, this game is immensely fun, and to be quite honest, I haven't played it enough since I got it at Christmas a couple of years ago. Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. I am not, and I'll confess it, I'm not a huge Smash Bros. Fan. It's not, in my mind, it's not one of the better fighting franchises out there. I'd say it's, mediocre as a fighting franchise, and while I love playing with all the extra characters and that sort of thing, it just, to me, it becomes dull really quick. But this is a great Smash Bros. Game. Beautiful. Again, that's the thing about all these, especially the first-party Nintendo games. They're gorgeous, but on top of that, it plays well. It plays intuitively. It plays great on the gamepad or with the nunchuck and Wiimote or the Pro Controller, whatever. It plays great. Unfortunately, I don't have a GameCube controller adapter, I guess. I don't have one of those. I'd love to have one of those. I think it would play magnificently on that. But definitely, if you have a Wii U, pick up Super Smash Bros. And I know the price hasn't come down at all on it, but that's the case with all Nintendo games. And then last but not least, I got this one for Christmas, and I adore this game. I was talking with a friend of mine. We talk games all the time, and we were talking about this game today because he just picked it up. I think right now it's going for like $44, $50, something like that. And if you like Yoshi's Island or any of the Yoshi games, you will love this. For me, it's all about the art style. That's what I've enjoyed more than anything about this game. You just look at it, and like so many of the modern Nintendo games, it's got a mellow mode, but you look at it and you get to unlock all these different and various Yoshis, and that's what's been the most fun for us, is like changing the costumes. The gameplay, don't get me wrong, the gameplay is great, but the unlockables and that sort of thing are a lot of fun too. And I think one of the more surprising tidbits that they put in this game that I really enjoyed is, if you remember Chomp, I think it was Chomp, I don't know, the rock that you roll to clear areas. In this one, you can unravel Chomp in some levels and then re-ravel him later, if that makes sense, to kind of move it around. It's a neat bonus style to play. The yarn comes into play. They do a nice job with that. But that's probably one of the games that I've played a ton out of as well. And you can unlock different styles of Yoshis by touching your different amiibos. I know only certain ones work, maybe, or maybe they all work. I don't know. But this is right up there with Mario Kart 8 and Rayman as some of the most played games I've got on the system. Obviously, I haven't even scratched the surface of the Wii U, just like with the PS4, but there are a ton of good games out there. Anybody that tells you there aren't enough Wii U games just isn't playing them. Simple as that. There are plenty of games out there. So pick up a Wii U, pick up some of these games, and tell me down below, what are some games that I need to get? I know 3D World, but give me some other ones that I need to get. What are your favorites on the console right now? Comment below with that. Of course, like this video or subscribe for more content like that. I'll have an Amiibo video coming up soon. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.